lights all the time, please. So good afternoon, all the distinguished and honored guests. Today is finally here, a really big day for most of us in this room. Certainly for the faculty, they get to see all the faces that suffer through the exams and assignments one last time. For MBA office and CDC, they get to send off their favorite class ever, MBA 2010, off to the real world. It's certainly a big day for us. I think we even have a couple of people that were born this day. I think Catherine is turning 21 today. Jaren's, I think, turning 13 or 14 today. I think Kwaj said earlier, I think today we cannot forget, obviously, I think the most important people in this room, and that's our invited guests. Our family, our relatives, our friends, our loved ones. They've given us a lot of support, emotional support, a lot of their time, and let's be honest, they've also given us a lot of financial support. For the last 18 months, right? So CEIBS has taught me a lot of things over the past 18 months, and I think to name them all would really bore you. So I'll just let you know that the one consistent underlying message has always been that there's no elevator to success. Everything that we've achieved, we deserve. We've taken the stairs. We've worked really hard, all the knowledge, all the laughter, sometimes all the pain. We went through them with all of our hearts, and we'll take them forever with us. And I think, in hindsight, that's made a really humbling experience for all of us egotistic MBA students. Certainly in everything, in studying, teamwork, and even social events, we learn to really be committed and enjoy the fruitful outcomes later. Certainly for me, for myself, it's been really humbling since the very beginning. I came out to Shanghai, I think 3 or 4 weeks prior to school started because I wanted to make some friends. But I think my second day here, on MSN Messenger, I contacted Kim. One of my first friends here in China. I asked her, what are you doing today? Today's perfect, summer, late July. She said, I'm going to go AC2 and study for the pre-course exams. A lot of Chinese students will be there, you should come and study with us. And then, so I said, maybe that's not my cup of tea, I'll try someone else. So then I try to contact someone else. I think I contacted Alex Xiaojue. She said the same thing. She said, I'm going to AC2 in a couple minutes. You should come with your book with your notes. So it's like, okay, peer pressure. I want to make friends. I want to, impress them. So I went. Perfect summer day. No one was speaking AC2 in the lecture room. Everyone was just there, put their head down, reading debit and credit. And then, so that's usually the mornings. And after a delicious lunch at the canteen, we will come back and go to and then that's when people go into groups. They go to discussions. So they have different topics, accounting or statistics, whatever you're weak at. So I had no hope for accounting, so I went for statistics. And I think that was the first time I met Nancy Dongxuan. So she volunteered to be the tutor. I had no idea what she was saying because she was saying those crazy mathematical terms in Mandarin, and I learned my math in the States, so I had no idea what I was talking about. I try to look smart by taking a lot of notes, but this girl next to me at the time with big hair, Vivienne, go away. She asked so many questions, and it just really blew my mind. But I was really in awe of their study ethics, and the humbling experience didn't stop there. So everyone studied really hard for a couple of weeks, and then it was graduation. So I went to my friend Kenny, Xujia. I asked her, can I sit next to you at graduation? And I also asked Alex the same thing. They looked at each other, tried to be really polite, and said, sorry Denise, we're scholarship winners. We won't be sitting with you. It's okay. I can sit with my other friends. So, and then after that, graduation day, that was also when we got our Who's Who's book. And I think some of you know that I read that book religiously. I think I've memorized pretty much everyone's profile. So I looked through it. Everyone seemed to have a really impressive story. Everyone went to multiple countries, speaks 3 or 4 languages. Some of them have PhDs, masters. A couple of them are pilots. Really impressive resumes. And I looked at my own page. It's like, this kid with a piece of cheesecake talking about how much I like Harry Potter. And then the day after that, so the day after opening ceremony, we took the exams for statistics and accounting. Again, really humbling experience. All of my friends passed except for me. So, well, that's okay. Look where I am today. Also in terms of teamwork, term one was really tough for a lot of people. I think having to work in assigned groups were challenging, individually and collectively. Having to work with different personalities, different working styles, different communications. But I think later on we found a way to actually utilize that, and it's equipped everyone with the skills to really deal with diversity, and we've even be able to find joy in it. Certainly, I think my term one group mates were probably, I think, the first people who made me cry in China, but they've also made me a much, much better person. I think also later on, if you look at all the competitions that we've won in the decarbonators, they're all, they all have people from different countries and different specializations, different organs, and they were able to pull that together, and they were able to achieve so much for themselves and for the school. But last but not least, we were definitely really committed to social events and partying as well. All the student events were really meticulously planned. All the student performances, everyone rehearsed usually days and days and days just to entertain their fellow classmates. A lot of people always volunteer to take photographs and Photoshop, and just so that everyone can have a piece of that memory. We've had a lot of memorable parties: Shanghai Night, end of first year party, Sichuan Night, and graduation party. So for those of you who are invited guests, we actually had a graduation party before today, but you'll take part in the one that we'll have later tonight. But we can't forget that the most memorable activity was probably Korean night, really superbly organized by our Korean classmates. And I think that showed, you can give them a little applause. And I think that shows the kind of dedication and commitment we give to each other, not just as possible future colleagues, but as genuine friends. I think throughout Korean night, we were able to see that they really just want to serve the student body and really make sure that everyone has a good time. And that's the type of unity that I think we will never forget and should never forget. So to end my little speech, I think I'll dedicate the next 30 seconds to my classmates directly. Today, again, is a big day, and I think it brings a lot of changes into our lives. Obviously, we become alumni, and then we'll receive diplomas today. I think a lot of us can finally start working with that diploma, and we'll start making some money, maybe make a great contribution to school in a couple of years. But what will never change, I hope, and I hope you remember this, are each moment in the past minute of the last 18 months. So these memories are shared by us only, and we will carry them with us for a long, long time. So I hope we continue to be there for each other, and we'll never forget all the understandings and all the learnings that we put our hearts in to earn. And always remember, never give up humor. So thank you, my classmates, for rocking my world, and it's now time for you to rock everyone else's. So happy graduation, and congratulations.